All right. We are here, folks, and we are here for a week 5 recap. It's going to be a glorious one. We got some shit talking to do. Shit talking is in store. The much awaited moment, the downfall of the butthole wrecker,
In such a
the
way, too. In such a
the,
way.
the worst showing potentially in our league of the year.
Losing,
that might be the lowest score
losing
we've
to
seen.
the winless
second.
team.
Okay.
Second lowest.
Still.
This is basically what Dave did to Bailey last year. Or sorry, Bailey did to Dave.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you
go. Your teams both suck. You guys are both terrible. You were just more terrible. So congratulations, my friend.
I was more terrible.
You were the biggest turd in the toilet bowl.
Are we gonna start with my matchup then? Is that what we're doing?
No, we got to touch on other stuff. I just want to set the tone.
Why am I living that one twice?
Let everybody know what's gonna happen.
You're gonna live it 3 times.
Of all people, why would you do that to me?
Oh yeah, why would we do that to you?
Why would you do that to me?
How much time
you knew
you
what
got?
was coming? Yeah. We got
Should
an hour
quick
podcast
pod tonight, boys.
There's a montage episode. I didn't know
that. Gonna need a montage. Anyway, so quick storylines in the NFL, some big injuries that were not necessarily apparent on Sunday. I mean, they showed up, but the severity was not clear. Mm-hmm. Well, it is clear now, and they're both on Trish's team, unfortunately. Mm-hmm. You got Achan, Justin Jefferson, both hitting the IR. Mm-hmm. They're going to be gone for 4 weeks, and that's rough. Those are, Achan was turning into potentially a league-winning running back.
Yeah.
Still could be if she finds herself in the playoffs. He still could be. But you're missing 4, maybe 5 weeks before he's right again.
Do we know when the Dolphins' bye is?
I think it's late, if I'm not mistaken.
Dolphins bye is week 10.
So, yeah, he's going to come back and a bye. So, he's not coming back to week 11.
That's losing for at least 5 weeks. Well, and then who was the other one? James Conner on the IR as well.
It's true.
Yeah. So, some waiver activity to be had, most likely. There's
Rosie's in trouble. We'll touch on that later, but he was already thin at running back, and James Conner was his number 2.
Who is that? Who's got James Conner?
Strozzi.
Oh, Strozzi, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we tried to trade away Alexander Madison, but nobody wants him.
You know why.
You know why. You didn't want him. You didn't want him.
You mean, hey,
he's less valuable now.
20, a locked and loaded RB2. Nobody wants him. It's the RB20, sir.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't think Cam Akers is going to have a lot of opinion about him staying that RB2 status.
Hey, man, I don't know. Cam, it looked like Cam Akers was going to take over in the second half, but guess who was in when they needed a touchdown? Alexander Madison. Guess who dropped another touchdown?
Playing against Chicago this week, so maybe.
Or maybe Cam Akers is playing against Chicago this
week. If I didn't have the number 6, the number 8, and the number 9 running back on the rest of the season rankings, I might be crawling up your alley with that. But
hey, take it easy.
Why not? Right? That's what we're here for. That's
take it easy.
Of what we're here for.
Take it easy.
One of them's going to get hurt, man. He's not going to go up for it.
One of them's been hurt.
He's going to get hurt again, okay? I keep looking at your squad and how do we beat that? I don't know. It's a problem. If they're all healthy, we're kind of screwed.
I know how. He doesn't figure out Zach Moss and Justin Taylor. That's how we beat
Justin Taylor? I don't even have him on my team.
Yeah, yep, Justin Taylor.
Yeah, that guy. The younger brother of Jonathan. Anyway.
What other storylines from the league as far as games or injuries you guys got, besides the Cowboys getting boathoused by the 49ers?
I mean, absolutely butt-fucked there.
49ers is the best team in the NFL. It's pretty clear at this point.
They seem in a league of their own.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even better than the competition from the AFC. Yep. They play the Chiefs right now. They beat the shit out of the Chiefs.
I think you're right.
So too.
And that's what it is. So
I think Philly's the closest, and even they've been struggling to start the year compared to expectations.
Yeah.
I
mean 5-0, so whatever.
Yeah, but we've seen what it's looked like.
Few of those games were a play away from going the other way
against bad teams.
I mean, they played an elite defense, and they made them look silly. I mean, they just have so many ways to beat you. That's the problem. And, that's what we saw, with the Chiefs when they had like Kareem Hunt, Travis Kelce, and Tyreek Hill. It was like that level of off. That one year they had all those guys, and that was like one of Mahomes' first years, I believe. They were unstoppable. I mean, they had any way they could be. That's kind of where.
Well, and they're super well coached with a guy that can draw up some things. Like they were talking about during the game, but they just mentioned how stopping that offense is like stopping 5 wideouts on every play because everybody, no matter where they line up, you can throw the ball to them and they can chunk it for 20 yards.
Well, and even their third wide receiver is no joke either. Like Juwan Jennings can make big plays. Like he's a big, tall wide receiver. Every game he's good for 1 or 2 down the field. That's all they need him for. Like, you know what I mean? If they somehow figure how to cover those other 4 superstars, we left this huge 6'4" wide receiver open running down the sideline. And he's capable of making that play. So it's like,
and the biggest story there, because we knew that their coaching and their roster was stacked. Dude, Brock Purdy's really good.
He's a great decision maker. And he can throw the ball.
And he's accurate.
Yeah.
Brock Purdy doesn't shake.
No, man. He
he entered the league with an iron fortress around him. So, like, I don't know what he looks like in the system, but that's not relevant for the moment because that's the team he's got.
Yeah.
Has not lost in the regular season.
Has
played some real competition now.
He's better than Dak Prescott.
By a lot.
It's not very close.
I mean,
they have a better roster all the way around, and they have a better quarterback.
Yeah.
Unless Brock Purdy or Christian McCaffrey goes down to injury, who beats them?
I think even if Purdy goes down, I think you see Sam Darnold step in and still throw for 2 touchdowns and 1 interception. The 49ers are so great. That's what I think probably happens.
Right.
But I saw Brock Purdy leave a game in an NFC Championship game last year. I know they didn't have
another quarterback.
Same backup, but they got beat by 40 points, so it wasn't like it was close.
Well, again, though, they had their other quarterback also get injured. They didn't have a quarterback to play.
Yeah, you're right.
That's
McCaffrey was playing quarterback.
Yeah, those are not the same thing.
No. So
if they would have had Cleveland's backup like quarterback for that game, I think they would have had a shot to win because that's how good their team.
Hey, pump the brakes.
I'm going to say what I said. If they had a quarterback, that game would have been different.
Yeah.
But it was 11 in the box against Christian McCaffrey. It wasn't 9, it wasn't 10, it was 11.
And he was still getting yards here and there, which was kind of crazy. But they just couldn't do anything.
All right, let's get this.
So anyway,
let's send it. Let's go.
Enough history lessons. Let's start it off the way we normally do. We can start with my victory.
Okay.
Over Allen.
Your sloppy W.
I am so glad you pulled off that sloppy dub. So glad.
You mean my consistent victory?
Your sloppy dub. I said what I meant.
Go back and look at the point.
Allen left out 3 of his best people. It's the only reason he won.
Tell me another team that's did 110 plus every week of the year.
I'm talking about every week, Patrick. I'm talking about your one lucky win this week.
Oh, you mean the one where my quarterback scored 10 points and I still scored 110?
Yeah, the one where your opponent left 65 points on the bench between 4 players.
Hey, man.
That's
notable. That's what happens when you have 8 wide receivers. Been telling them that all year long. Hey, narrow the options.
A valid point.
Sir.
Also notable.
I mean, he's got a lot of.
You got Allen sitting right here. What are you saying to him?
Right now, I'm saying, hey, listen to a guy when he's trying to trade with you motherfucker. You got talent, and you need to improve some positions and narrow it down. Get a lead.
Right.
It's not okay.
And he's listening.
He's listening.
We don't
lose Allen until like the 20-minute mark, so we're still in.
We don't lose Allen until we're done talking about Allen. That's.
Do you want to move this match up to last?
Yeah. No. I was getting nervous. You guys knew it. I mean, I was playing cool. I was throwing the memes out there, and I'm calling them memes, Jake. I don't give a shit. I'm calling them memes.
That's fine. You call yourself out all you want.
Yeah. Anyway,
it takes less work for me.
Anyhow, I was gonna be brutal if I would have got Jacoby Myers while the Packers were playing like shit.
Yeah,
that would have been rough. And
how about your Packers losing to the Raiders?
Leave it. Sorry, my puppy.
So you're probably talking to me there.
No,
talking to
So anyhow, if we're covering this matchup, okay,
David Montgomery. That's all you need to talk about.
Yeah, man, running back 7. Let's go,
Yeah.
David Montgomery.
Mm-hmm.
He's you know what I mean. That was the strategy.
You
if I
looked
found
into
one guy that was going to do that for me,
running back 7, and he didn't play one of the weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, they do not care about drafting.
His existence is everything to your team right now.
Exactly.
Yeah,
we know that. We're
oh God, yeah! Look at your bench.
Yeah,
all your other running backs combined for 0.8.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
David Montgomery is everything to Patrick.
You have a hell of a starting lineup and nothing behind it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know. Well, hey, babe,
he's playing on stilts.
This is the team Patrick's riding the rest of the season, minus a waiver pickup that might pan out because he's got no trade bait.
There's some waiver pickups there this week. There's a DeMarcado that could find his way into my team. And Arizona's looked all right. They got torched by the Bengals. Finally, that's a storyline in the league. But anyhow, we're looking to make some trades. We got some. We'll see what happens. But Lamar looked ugly. Did not see them getting beat up by Pittsburgh. But you know what? We got to remember the Baltimore has struggled against Pittsburgh in the last 3 years. I believe Lamar is something like 1-5 against them.
Dude, Baltimore is doing some funny fucking things with their end of game play calling. They have absolutely pissed away some games.
Yeah, I mean, that's a team that honestly is a dark horse. If they could get it together, because they do have explosive playmakers, but
they're shooting themselves in the foot.
I don't think they're a dark horse. I think they're overrated. At least, well, maybe the hype's died down a little bit because of their performance, but I think that's just feeding into the same point. I heard a lot of people talking about Baltimore before this season about how this passing attack getting Flacco, or not Flacco, I called him Flacco, Lamar Jackson, some more weapons and a different approach to it. Everybody's hyping him up. And I'm sitting back here like, yeah, okay. I've been listening to people blow smoke up Lamar's ass since he entered into the league. And sure, MVP season, but from a team standpoint, he's just never done it for me.
Interesting.
I think he is a mercurial player. Either like when he's hot as hell. When he's cold, he can be very cold.
Yeah.
And their target tree is very concentrated. It's 2 guys right now.
It's because Zay Flowers is so good. They can have 2 guys right now.
They have Zay Flowers and Mark Andrews. Those 2 guys. That's all the targets right there.
That's all you need.
So that game was not great. It was nice to get almost 10 points out of Mark Andrews still because of the target tree, like you're saying. Madison saves this week by falling into the end zone and still being infuriating because literally Butterfingers a screen pass with 2 defenders out front and 4 blockers. That one's going to the house. Okay, that's another 8 points, and he cannot catch a pass.
He's lucky he got 12 points because he only touched the ball 10 times.
Yeah, I know. It's becoming more of a split. The game script affected it a little bit. They were getting beat up by Kansas City. They came back and made it interesting. Jefferson goes down. It's looking like a lost season for the Vikings. I don't see where it comes from for them for the rest of the year, especially with Jefferson out. It's going to be gross. But even gross teams have fantasy value, and I think Hawkinson gets a bump, and I think Addison gets a bump, and I think that's about it. I don't think it affects the running backs.
I think you're right.
To kind of move it along a little bit, you're probably the best triplet of wide receivers in the league since you trade rate Jalen Waddle away from Austin's team.
Cannot believe that he gave you Jalen Waddle.
He's got Jordan Addison. Jordan Addison would just went up.
But that was a different trade, wasn't it? Or was it the same one?
That was the one. That was the one.
Okay. Well, because you trade rate them twice, I'm just trying to make sure I get them lined up.
The second
trade
one
rate the same person in the same year.
I do not care what you guys have to say. Jameson
You
Williams
don't believe that.
We know that you don't care what we have to say.
Yeah, I don't care what you have to say. So
we know.
So anyway, Steph Diggs, 20 points, wide receiver 2. The ship rolls on. He's throwing temper tantrums. It's still doing great. Let's keep it moving, baby. We got A.J. Brown, over 100 yards, 3rd week in a row. We like that. Jalen Waddle gets in the end zone. I think Jalen Waddle's going to see a big bump now with A-Chain being out because they're an explosive offense. the explosive plays have to come somewhere.
Yep.
A lot of those were going to Achane, okay, or Achane. Some of those are going to fall into Waddle's lap now. So
some for Waddle, some more looks for Mostert again, as long as he can stay upright.
Yeah. Yeah, as long as he can stay healthy. New England's defense sucks. They're out of there. Good God, New England. Get it together.
New England's a big old dumpster fire.
Mac Jones is going to be a backup quarterback the rest of his career the way he's playing right now.
To Kirk Cousins.
Bench 2 weeks in a row.
Kirk Cousins might go to New England. He's a perfect New England type guy.
I agree.
Love him. Yeah, you're right. Either that or they tank for Caleb Williams. Those are their two options. But on the other side, again, Allen, too many options. When do you know when to pick him? How do you take Chris Olave out of your lineup with the name that he has? Okay,
can't do it.
How are you putting him on the bench for George Pickens? This is the problem.
I am super surprised that he went Indy's defense over San Francisco's though.
Yeah, that's pretty wild.
I think that was a weird move.
Yeah. Tajay, he was never going to play Tajay,
No.
But
the Niners, like we talked about either last week or the week before, they're one of those defenses, like you start them every week.
Every week.
The 9th round pick you spent on a defense.
Mm-hmm.
You don't stream defenses.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, no. Niners are in every week. It doesn't matter. They're a great defense.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. They can play at Miami. Put them in.
Yep, you do. You put them in because Nick Bosa.
Because they're still going to floor out.
And Fred Warner.
Yeah.
Best linebacker I've seen in a long time.
It's true. That would have got him a win, too.
Yeah. That man was responsible for like 3 turnovers in that game.
Hey, Patrick, good win, dude.
Yeah. Felt good.
Good win.
Anyway,
good win. Keep Allen off my tails up the top.
It felt good. A couple mentions on Allen's team real quick because we got to talk about it. Jacoby Myers. I'm having a tough time talking, I guess. I just got done working out. Anyway.
Wide receiver 18 on the year.
Been playing well. I don't know what New England's doing letting that guy walk when they need a wide receiver more than anything.
Yep.
He's a talented wide receiver.
Seems weird.
He's playing well for them. I don't know how they don't get Devontae more touches in that game. But Jacoby Myers benefited, almost ended my week. Travis Etienne looking phenomenal this year. I'm banking on the fact that he's a small guy and they're giving him way too much work. He's going to get hurt. It's going to be Tank Bigsby time. That's what we got Tank Bigsby on.
Interesting.
I think it's going to happen. They're overworking that dude. He's undersized. It's a matter of time. But anyway, I think that's about it. Tony Pollard continues to be disappointing, but he'll be better.
I mean, he's running back 14, so it's undervalued, but not by a huge margin. His first 3 weeks, he still put up almost I think 18 points a week or something.
I mean, a first round pick for a running back 14, though. That's
still down.
Some people were calling RB1 overall for him.
And I understand why they'd think so, but it's not the fucking Kellen Moore offense anymore.
It's not.
Yeah, you got.
But,
I told you.
But to wash out with that though, his 3rd round pick is the running back 4, so that's kind of a push for him because ETN's been kind of he's been overperforming.
Yeah,
that's true.
But anyhow, let's move on to the next one. Keep moving.
Allen, get it together out there, man.
Yeah, come on, dude. You dropped 2 in a row. What are you doing?
Swamp ass Allen.
3rd place, Allen. What's up? All right. Anyhow,
better get Patrick's spot back.
That'd be Allen's best finish in this league.
3rd place.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he's got a good team. I think he needs to consolidate a little bit.
I mean, he's lost 2 in a row. Got to move some shit out.
He just got too many options.
Got to move some shit, dog.
He needs to throw some people at somebody. Throw 2 bench players that you like, because guess what? They're bench players.
Go get an elite flex,
Yeah.
Anyway,
learn how to flex, Allen.
Yeah, learn how to flex, dude.
Yeah, dude. What are you doing?
Do you even lift, bro?
What are you doing?
The protein. Anyway, all right. Let's move on to the next one. Jacoby and Todd. Todd again.
What are you doing?
Todd, came down to Monday night. I know he put up 102 and still lost.
Gets the 45 burger from DJ Moore. We think the week's over, and he drops
it. It is
45 points from Thursday night from one player, and the rest of his team. I sent a message to the group that I was calling a W for him, and the rest of his team combines for 57.
Well, here's the big problem: 31-9 in the DST to kicker matchup. That hurts.
That's huge.
Cincinnati came alive.
Some guy named Blake Groupie.
Who the hell was that guy? McGruber, the kicker.
McGruber, that's wild.
And Jacoby gets 5 points out of Jordan Love, who had, I've been telling people all day at work, hey, he's a young quarterback. He's going to have games like that. I still think he's all right. Okay, give him a chance.
It's pretty wild that he had that game against the Raiders.
Bad defense.
Yeah.
Did not look good. Made a few good plays on the run, but, was trying to win the game there at the end and forced one. That's what happened.
Yeah.
That was the worst one.
I'm looking at his stat line. They've played some kind of rough teams, and for the season, he barely inches over 50% completion in every game.
I think he'll get better. He's a young quarterback. This is his first year with teams on his back. I've seen some good things, but I've seen some bad things too. He's a young quarterback. What are you going to do?
Isn't this his 4th year in the league?
Yeah, he's still, but you're talking experience, right?
Yeah, no, but I hear what you're saying. I'm saying that rookie contract's expired.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
they did a rework deal. They gave him more money, but only for this year. So if he's real bad, he'll be gone next year. They'll draft somebody, right? Or trade. Because Bakhtiari is probably going to retire. That's going to open up a lot of cap space. So that'd be cool to see what we do with that.
I think one of the top picks in the draft goes to Dave. Dave, may he rest in peace, fantasy league wise. I had the running back or the wide receiver 10 in Adam Thielen. And check this out. Cole Kmet's the tight end 3, the homer tight end pick coming through.
I mean, they played shit competition for 2
and
weeks.
He had Justin Fields on that roster as well.
Jacoby got the W this week after benching Deebo Samuels, Alvin Kamara, and the Jets defense who put up 18.
I don't understand how we're not playing Alvin Kamara now. Come on, man. He's clearly the lead back there. He's clearly very involved.
I can see why you didn't put him in over Swift or definitely McCaffrey.
Yeah, but Terry McLaurin.
Yeah. Didn't bite him in the ass this week, though. Had 2 defenses put up over 17 points.
It was surprising to see Cincinnati's get played, honestly.
It's wild to see Christian McCaffrey only scored 13 points.
in a 42 fucking point game for San Francisco.
And half of those points was him falling forward for half a yard from the goal line.
It all was in the hands of Mr. Kittle for once. Masterful performance by him. But Adam Thielen is the only thing Carolina, and he's running with it. So that's making a huge difference for Jacoby's team. Him and DeAndre Swift.
Jacoby, when I look at this roster, I keep thinking no, but not bad. Not bad.
You got to get in here and adjust. Some of these guys are playing very well with the opportunities that they have right now. So,
yes, they are.
On the other side, Jalen Hurts, Mr. Consistent. He's been doing it every week, getting a rush touchdown, throwing for 1, throwing for a lot of yards, rushing for some more. They don't look convincing any week, but they keep winning games.
They looked more convincing against the Rams than I think about anybody. Yeah. And I was thinking, based on their other matchups, I'm like, this might be one that gets sneaky because a healthy Matt Stafford and the way that Puka's been playing, you get Cooper battling. This could be the thing that pushes Philly. But they were never in a position in that game to really threaten for the win.
Yeah.
And it looked like the most controlled victory that Philly's had, and they looked better. And I hate that.
That's what they do. They have elite, games are won and lost more than casual fans would ever know by the defensive and offensive fronts. And Philly's got probably top 3 on both sides.
Yeah.
And that's why they continue. That's what determines close games. Can you control the clock? Can you get the ball back? That's why they keep winning, because they can do those things.
They have a lot of ways to control things. They can win in multiple ways. Yeah. Probably the only team that is better is like as far as like a game script being able to win is San Francisco. Everyone else kind of has like a way the game has to go, and if you can win it in a whole lot of different ways, you're probably going to be there late in the playoffs.
Well, in the way that they're built, it's they're built for the trenches. They're built for the 1 and 2 yard scrummy, dirty plays, and they win almost all of them. And when the game is a game of inches, by the time the fourth quarter rolls around, they just always seem to have the advantage.
Yep. Yeah, I hate them.
But other notes on this matchup, we talked about DJ Moore with 45. Not much bench show up on Todd's team. His team is bipolar as a hail.
Yeah.
Not as a whole, because he's still putting up around like 100, but it's like he had a 55-point week. He had 50, 60-point week.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what to think about Todd's team anymore.
Well, I think you write off a performance from James Cook in London. Okay, players play weird in London. Other than Jacksonville, because the NFL has forced them to, are probably the most well-adapted team to play in London. It is almost a home field advantage for them now. They understand it better than any team. They know how to prepare for it. They play 2-3 games over there a year at this point. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So it's like when they play over there, I don't think you have to worry about performance. When any other team plays over there, especially one that hasn't been there recently, you can kind of worry like, hey, some weird stuff might happen here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because guys don't have the same rest. It's just a different preparation schedule. And you got to remember all these guys are humans, you know?
I think affects people. The more I'm looking at Todd's bench though, because I scrolled down to see it. Hindsight 2020, you see Rice there, you see Romeo Doubs getting the start there instead. That move would have turned Todd into a winner this week. And I'm seeing any Kansas City receiver against Minnesota and how that matchup goes. Christian Watson being back in for Green Bay, I don't feel good about Romeo Doubs. Of course, Vegas is traditionally a bad defense, so you'd expect more points there. But that you hate seeing that move from your bench. Like that'd have been the one that did it.
Yeah. Well, Christian Watson can just athleticism his way over a guy like Marcus Peters, right? Because Marcus Peters is old. Romeo Doubs can't necessarily do that. Marcus Peters is still a crafty cornerback, and he got the better of that game, clearly, because he was on him most of the time, I believe. I could be mistaken, but it just seemed like Doubs disappeared in that game.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
He did. You're not mistaken. He definitely disappeared in that game.
Yeah.
1 catch for 4 yards.
Well, the offense disappeared, really. I mean, Jaden Reed didn't do anything. Doubs didn't do anything. You had a couple big plays to Watson. A.J. Dillon somehow has a nice game. The corpse of A.J. Dillon. We need Aaron Jones back. Like, please, God, let him come back before I go watch them play the Rams. It's going to be gross.
Yes, please. Please let him come back. I need it.
They have a bye next week. I think the plan was they thought they could beat the Raiders. And they were probably right because they were very close.
Mm-hmm.
But they thought they could beat the Raiders without them, and they were wrong.
It'd been cool if they would have thrown up a fucking doubtful tag.
Yeah, no kidding.
Hey, man. We did it on
like no setbacks.
Like it came out of nowhere. Like they didn't have any kind of inclination. Was it even questionable? Or was it just questionable?
It was questionable.
Okay.
Yeah. And he practiced and he played the week before.
Yep.
So what are you gonna do with that?
Love that for a fucking Monday. Love that.
You're welcome.
Fucking pieces of shit.
I'm glad I couldn't be a better team to do it to either.
Man, that's fucked up.
Anyway,
it's fucked up.
But we're I was messing with my dog there a little bit. Did we cover it, guys?
Yeah, we did.
Okay.
Todd got real close, but again, fancy.
But the Jacoby Daves persevered.
Yeah, the Jacoby Dave Marauders
survived the DJ Moore.
Hey man, that was pretty wild. But should we move on to the next one? The next one I got is going to be the most glorious one of all. Cody and Austin.
Oh man, never has a cripple fight been so entertaining.
Yeah, right.
God. How does it feel that your highest score was almost? I guess I have to say almost. I thought it was going to be Josh Reynolds.
Hey, as far as a waiver wire pickup, I saw that touchdown. I'm like, thank you, Josh.
Yeah, I mean he is involved. I'm hoping that he becomes less so, and that he gets replaced by James Williams. That's what I'm hoping.
Well, when Amon-Ra is playing again, he will be less involved. He won't be on my team.
Yeah, of course, but he's been the wide receiver too. And I'm hoping
he's been okay. He's been okay.
Yeah. it's been like 4 for 70 a game. That's kind of what he does. You know? Richardson needs to learn how to go down. Hey, man, you're huge and athletic, but the other guys are too.
Are also huge and athletic. Yeah, he's going to lose a month now because of that.
Yeah, man. Young guy is used to being able to overpower everybody on the field, and that's not the case anymore.
I mean, he should be running as much as he's running, but
got to go down.
But like, you got to go down.
You got to aim it the right way.
Yeah.
Cam Newton learned the same lesson.
Yeah,
his career a lot earlier in his career too.
Well, and it was a shoulder that got him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like he went from someone who had I mean, it's one thing to be a crazy athlete, but like to also have said crazy athleticism mean that you can throw the ball 80 yards and just bullets out there.
Yeah.
I mean, to hell with fucking accuracy. Like just being able to do that is huge.
A good pocket passer has one weapon, one advantage. You know what I mean? One moneymaker body part. But if you're one who's mobile and can sling it, you got more.
It's true.
Yeah.
And
he's got a lot of ways to do it, but
when Cam Newton hurt his shoulder, that was the end of him throwing a ball. And we all saw it. We were all like, why can't Cam Newton do it anymore? I'm like, well, because your mind is, you're like, but he can still run. I'm like, yeah, he can still run. But like, it was about being able to run and throw.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. When they don't have to worry about you throwing the ball, it changes the defense significantly.
Yeah, significantly.
But,
so I want to see Anthony Richardson come back and be running it again because that's the best thing he's at. And that's why he's drafted on my team. But now we're streaming, baby, for a little while.
Todd sold the farm to go get Justin Fields today in Dynasty because he's got Aaron Rodgers and Anthony Richardson on his team. So he can quarterback. Gave up a lot to get him, but it made sense to me.
It'd be cool if I'd have lost him, like, I don't know, not in the first quarter, too. Like, that would have been, like, sexier.
After he got a touchdown or two. Would have won.
So, Cody, you got Austin right here. What do you say to him?
Good job, bud.
I'll say it for Austin. Hey, suck it, Cody. How about that?
There you go. Right. Austin couldn't be here tonight. I have to accept this bullshit on your behalf.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm glad Puka's still getting 7 catches and a touchdown because I was concerned that, like, you know, maybe.
Well, because Cooper came up and caught 5 balls on his first drive, and I'm like, oh yeah, and then he still got outscored by like a 1.5.
Saw some of those passes too. He could have had an even bigger game. Stafford missed him a few times. So, but that offense is now 2 guys, and they might both finish in the top 24. You know what I mean? So. I think the one that suffers the most, honestly, is probably Kyron Williams, and then obviously Tutu Atwell is not a thing anymore. But Kyron Williams is going to suffer from the fact that they're going to throw the ball more now because they got 2 absolute beasts to throw the ball in. You know, so he might suffer a little bit. I mean, they played Philly, so you got to give him another week before you write the story on Kyron Williams for the rest of the year.
That's fair.
But did not have a good week for Todd. Anyway, we're talking about your team. Jake Ferguson sucked. Would have been great if he could have caught a touchdown and won me some more money because we played him everywhere because we thought Dak was going to be under pressure and throwing the ball to tight end.
Yep. Yeah, I kind of thought that too. And that move cost me a win this week because Dallas Goedert finally showed up.
Yeah. And, Dak completed more balls to the other team than he completed to his own tight end. So that's a problem.
Yeah, it was a problem.
Yeah,
it was a problem. Like getting those Dallas digs in there.
Like I said, the last time we bring up that game, the happier I'll be.
Well, one more time. Here we go. The number 1 defense in the land, fantasy-wise, scored me -3. Yeah. So between my quarterback and my defense, who were all late-round picks, but have been the shining star, keeping me high. Lost them both. Lost them both, baby. It's and then just an Aaron Jones like.
Oh, you need almost the exact amount that I'm projected for the week. What if
I just turned it off? What if we just lost a game to Vegas? Wouldn't that be cool?
I heard Cody needs a humility check. Let's just
I called him. I had a phone.
Good God, it hurt. Okay, it hurt a lot.
What do we say about Austin's team? Because
good win, 70. But like, fuck me.
There's nothing good there. I mean, Christian Kirk, I guess, had an okay game. Addison is going to help him a lot because he's got a real flex now.
It's true.
He's got 3 solid wide receivers now.
Which is great because he basically traded Jalen Waddle for him.
Well, he actually has a reasonable lineup, I would say now, because he's got Derrick Henry, Brian Robinson, and Gus Edwards. Christian Kirk has been fairly consistent. Tua is obviously one of the better quarterbacks. Michael Pittman might do better with Gardner Minshew, actually.
He might.
And then you can throw Addison in flex with confidence, Addison or Edwards. So
Addison helps a lot, but it's a lot of name value that isn't performing. Christian Kirk's doing okay now. Brian Robinson's been he's been okay.
He's been good
this week. Derrick Henry has been a problem.
Starting to get over the hill, Mr. Henry.
Yeah, he is.
We're finally seeing it. He's not the same anymore.
Yeah,
no.
It's accurate.
The offensive line is not as good either. So there's other problems there. But
and as bad as sorry, go ahead.
It never used to matter. It matters now, which means something's different to me.
Yeah. And as bad as the tight end pool is, he's still at the bottom of it because Tyler Conklin and Hayden Hurst, you don't have a starting tight end.
No. I don't know why he didn't go for Ferguson because Ferguson's probably the best of the streamer guys.
Yeah.
He's actually got upside. But.
Hey, Austin, I'll trade you a tight end. All it's going to take is Jordan Addison.
Don't do it.
Or Tua. I need a quarterback, man. Help me out. Give me a tight end for a quarterback. Yeah, but I want that one. We'll take Derrick Henry for a tight end. How about that? We'll get him. You don't want that guy on your team anymore? You don't want it.
Anyhow, not much else to say, really. I do think Pittman is going to have – Pittman's in a contract year. He needs stats. Gardner Minshew is probably a better quarterback throwing the ball than Richardson is at this point in their career.
I don't know, man. I've been watching Richardson. I don't know if that's true.
I think Minshew is a more accurate quarterback still. But I don't know.
Anthony Richardson can throw the ball 85 yards.
It's true, but Pittman's a good route runner. And if you can be accurate with him, he can get it done. So,
all right, let's get out of here. Good job, Austin.
Yep. So moving on to the biggest shellacking of the week and trying to just outdo me 1 week after my massive performance. Erica throwing up 160. Welcome back to the league, Jamar Chase. Good
God. No kidding. What a show. What a show.
It's fun. You know, it sucks when the Bengals aren't doing the Bengals things. They're fun to watch.
They should be doing Bengals things all the time.
Yeah. So let's see it keep going, please. And you know what? You know what helped? Joe Burrow is moving better. If you watch that game, he's moving around the pocket, scramble a little bit. Okay. He's another week removed. Every week he makes it through with no re-aggravation, it's going to keep getting better. That's what I think. Because if he can be mobile and avoid the pass rush and give Jamar Chase even another half second, that man's going to roast everybody. You know what I mean? He's that good. So they're playing Arizona, clearly a little bit subpar competition, even though they've been playing well, beyond expectations. I want to see him do it against a team that is a competitive team before I really believe that they got it figured out. But nice to see him get a win. They're only 2-3. They could easily go on a run like they did last year and still be right there at the end of the year. So, but Raheem Mostert is going to see a big upswing in touches. Jeff Wilson's going to come back, but I don't think Jeff Wilson's going to be ready right away. He's just coming off IR. He's not going to get thrown in there and take 15 touches week one.
Seemingly, Raheem Mostert is. I think he's going to have. I mean, we're talking about like Devon Achane being a possible league winner. I don't know how much time Devon Achane's going to miss, but like that could literally turn Raheem Mostert into said league winner right there. Good. She's got a strong team outside of quarterback and having that bonus on there.
I don't know.
Oh yeah, and that's with the guy that finished as either the running back 1 or 2 last season.
Yeah, I don't want to run into Eric anytime soon.
If you guys haven't been watching either, I've watched Josh Jacobs the last 2 weeks. Man's starting to cook a little bit. He's breaking tackles now.
He played the Packers and they're fucking garbage. So
they're not great
pump your
against
brakes.
the run.
I just mean as a whole, they're terrible.
20 points through the last 2 weeks.
They're the worst team in the NFL.
You
Green
just
Bay
got beat by
Packers.
32 points.
I don't want to fucking talk about it. You heard us said.
Suck it.
We beat the shit out of the Packers. We would fucking smoke them.
Yeah, of course you would. I don't care about that. Your team sucked too, so you didn't play stuff. Anyway, and we beat you last year. So anyway, this is all I gotta say. Is that Josh Jacobs is looking better than me right now. He's moving to me. He's moving quicker. He's breaking tackles. He's doing some of the things you saw him do last year. I think he gets better as the season goes on. And if he does, Eric's squad is like deadly. So,
I agree.
You know, she's got a couple of solid quarterbacks too. You know, between Trevor Lawrence and Russ. You know, Russ is having to sling it every single game. So
it's true.
Play him
it's been good.
Week.
It's been good for fantasy numbers. That's for sure.
Yeah, because they suck. So he's got to throw the ball, and he's been okay this year.
God, and she's got Cam Akers, who's going to take over Madison's starting job too. She's doing good right now.
We know what that was meant to do. Don't worry about it. All right, Madison season, baby. Let's go.
Yeah, Madison season, baby.
We love Alexander Madison. I've never doubted him.
Never once, baby.
He's my running back guardian. Carry the shield, Alexander. Anyway, on the other side, Luis continues to slide.
Luis has got to do something.
First week victory, 1-3 since then.
Luis has got to do
still
something.
Number one on the waiver order, so he's. I told him at work. I said, "Listen, you're not going to get any advice the first 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 weeks, depending on how you do. And then when everybody knows you're kind of out of it, you might get a hey, use your waiver pick. But he's got to figure some of that out on his own.
It's true.
He can go get a running back this week, and also start watching the pod, man. It's free advice. Okay?
He needs to.
He needs to.
Advice. And he's got a fucking number 5 and number 6 quarterback. So like that doesn't help to have the 5 and 6 quarterback on your team. One of those guys has got to move, and it's not going to be Mahomes because he's got the stack with Kelsey, which I think you should hold on to that because if you do sneak in the playoffs, stacks fucking put people away. Brock Purdy's got to get moved.
But here's the thing: you could move Mahomes for like
big numbers,
for a legitimate running back. Okay,
yeah,
you can't do that with Brock Purdy. No.
That's fair. That's fair. That's accurate.
But you could move Brock Purdy and keep Mahomes there, and maybe that's what you're saying, and get somebody that's still serviceable. Because look who you're trying to replace. You're trying to replace Zeke and Kenny Gainwell. That's an easy mark to hit by trading away Brock Purdy. I've got 2 running backs on my team I could work into a trade because I'm desperate enough for a quarterback. That would be monstrous upgrades for him.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. I mean, okay, trade candidates for Brock Purdy, Jacoby, Jordan Love not doing it. Potentially Cody.
Definitely me.
Definitely you. Why you?
That needs a quarterback? Is that what you're saying?
I
got Daniel Jones. I just picked him up last week, and because I didn't have anybody.
I don't think
my lineup was Russell Wilson and Daniel Jones last week.
I think Matt Stafford's gonna be just fine. He's got 2 locked and loaded wide receivers. They're gonna throw the ball. But I think the list is really 2 that really need it because Erica doesn't really need it either. It's really Cody and
Jacoby. Cody doesn't have a running back. Cody doesn't have a running back to give him, so that's dead in the water.
I think Allen is probably the best because with Justin Jefferson down, Kirk Cousins is not that quarterback anymore.
That's true. Oh, that's a very good point.
You know what I'm saying? And he's got running backs.
Well, he's got running backs. He's also got wide receivers. Yeah. If he wanted a running back, he's probably got to give him Ramondre or somebody to get a running back. He's giving like Purdy and Ramondre for maybe Etienne or Pollard. I can see that.
Yeah, he's got to get that move. Got to move, Luis. You're gonna get buried, brother.
The problem is Ramondre is at an all-time low because that offense is disgusting. Why we don't have Bailey Zappi is beyond me. Give the man a chance. Get rid of Mac Jones. Mac Jones sucks. I think you're about to see Bailey Zappi. Yeah, he's a crotch puncher and he's not good. Get him out of here.
Yeah, he's fucking dirty and he sucks. Like, you better be like Ndamukong Suh good if you're going to be dirty.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, exactly. Or Trent Williams.
Okay? Or Trent Williams.
Trent Williams dirty as fuck.
No one cares that he's the dirtiest.
He's one of the dirtiest offensive linemen in the fucking league. He
no one's going to look that man in the eye and be like, yeah, you're dirty. I'm like, what'd you say to me?
Nothing.
Smash your head like the fucking mountain.
Oh, God.
He's so big.
Split you open like a coconut.
Dude, he's big. He injured 2 of your guys' players on one play. One of them going to be out for like 5 weeks now.
Yeah.
That's rough. Anyway,
you're big
so
man.
Let's move on.
Yeah.
Let's move on.
Let's keep talking about the Cowboys.
All right.
Anyhow, Kyle Pitts, Desmond Ritter deciding to have a game.
No.
For once.
No, not even want to talk about it. I don't even want to talk about that at all.
Yeah. Hilarious, really. I think we covered that matchup pretty good.
Yeah, we're good. Luis, make some moves, dog.
Yep. CD's balls and Mr. Schrozy.
It's still funny to say.
I know. It's funny. It's great. And CD has been very disappointing this year. They either getting crushed or the defense makes it so they don't need it. It's a tough combination for Mr. Landry. And Dak has been playing real bad. So it's rough for CD because, he drafted him to be top 8 wide receiver. He's not that bad. Brent's got Josh Allen. Josh Allen does it every week, whether they win or lose. So you love that.
Every week, but week
1 overall.
Yeah.
Bijan, kind of a weird week for him. You would think he would be a little bit more involved, but apparently, again, Desmond Ritter decided to actually be a real quarterback for this.
Right? We've been used to saying you play running backs against Houston, and he barely cracked double digits.
Notice how I'm saying his name. He plays like an actual quarterback. So we'll go back to not saying his name when he sucks again. But this week, he deserves getting his name.
That's fair. That's fair.
It's
hard to be a quarterback in the NFL, okay? If you get a good week, you get talked about.
Yeah, that's fair. He played well. They play Houston, so let's see. But Khalil Herbert gets hurt. It's going to be Roshan Johnson time because Johnson only had a concussion. He's probably going to clear that. You're going to see Donta Foreman get some work, but it's wheels up for Roshan. And he looked good, and he's going to get a lot of opportunity now.
Which probably means it's Jalen Warren time for Brant. How you guys feeling about that?
I don't hate it. I mean, it's not sexy, but it's serviceable.
Feel better if Mike Tomlin decided to pull the plug on Najee.
Yep, because it needs to happen.
Yeah, it's a Tony Pollard situation right now. Okay, Jalen Warren looks nice. He looks explosive. The offensive line isn't good, but Jalen Warren makes up for it with speed and shiftiness.
I mean, they're staying competitive in these games, though. So maybe the mindset is that, like, you fade him in as the season goes along so that he's not exhausted by week 10 or 12. Let your workhorse guy that is used to getting bruised take the between the tackles carries for the first month or 2 of the season.
Trade Najee to
Arizona. Defenses are all fresh.
Trade Najee to Arizona for a 3rd-round pick. Let's go.
Is Arizona giving you a 3rd-round pick for this version of Najee Harris?
I mean, James Conner's getting old. He's going to be done soon. Najee's still young.
He might be done now.
That's an Arizona
on the IR.
Yeah, I think he's washed. Man.
Which is fitting for this lineup because he's on the other side of the aisle. Look at Strozzi's lineup of running backs now. Besides Dameon Pierce, he's got Jahmyr Gibbs and Samaje Perine.
And Dameon Pierce is a huge downgrade since they are chucking it in Houston.
And Gibbs just didn't play because of a hamstring issue.
And they don't like him. It's David Montgomery time. David Montgomery, best running back alive. Let's go.
All right. Let me throw something out there, and you guys first off tell me if I'm way off base. But tell me if this trip sounds damn it, you got me. If it sounds one-sided to you. I made a proposal to Jake. I just need you to tell me if I'm crazy or if he's crazy. I'm sending him. I offered Austin Eckler or Justin Herbert and Jahmyr Gibbs. And he said, no way. I'll give you Michael Gallup and Justin Herbert.
What? He didn't say yes? He didn't take Eckler off of you just like that?
What are you doing? You got Justin Fields.
He said, I feel like I'm getting hosed.
I would have done that in 2 seconds.
I would have clicked
question.
So fast just because I thought you'd have woken up.
The way that I worded it was like, how do you feel about? Because like I probably would have done it like with some tweaking or something. Because the way my lineup
so you didn't send it.
Well, I mean, I sent it in a text message to him.
Oh, okay.
And he said, I feel like I'm getting hosed on.
Got it. So he might be negotiating in his way. In that
was the 3rd offer. I had gone up to that.
I thought it was like a click away because I'm like, dude.
I had this on the review, and
click.
then I texted him to ask how I felt, and if he just said, "Yeah, I might have just sent it," but
whoa.
As much as
I'm glad that you had the same reaction I did, because I'm like,
whoa,
no, if he's not trading that, he's never trading.
Got it.
He wants a first round pick for a quarterback and a wide receiver 3 on a team.
Wow. The only thing is that I kind of like about it is that you don't get to line up Justin Herbert, Breece Hall, Jonathan Taylor, Cooper Kupp, Brandon Ayuk, George Kittle, and then some fucking guy.
But look at his lineup.
Zach Moss.
If he's got Tyreek Hill and Austin Eckler, like it would have helped both of our teams.
It would have.
Probably.
He would have had a great lineup too.
That's why I would have been okay moving it, because like I've still got Breece Hall and JT to put in those spots.
You know what I'm saying? Thought Struzzy, don't trade with him. He's already got enough. He's already got enough. He doesn't need anymore.
Struzzy, don't do it.
He would have had the second running back off the board. He's coming back from a whole fresh bye week on top of his.
He's washed. Eckler's never coming back.
He's the running back that cares the most about putting up points for the owners of him.
I know. Wow. That alone is a good reason to have him on your team.
I agree.
And he said he felt like he was getting robbed. I just needed to throw it out there to see if I was crazy, but we can move on.
I would have taken that trade probably.
Yeah.
But
it's a good trade.
It also don't ever think about the fact that you might make the other team. That you might make the other team like a league winner.
No, Patrick, after the trades you made with Austin, you're the last one that gets to make that argument.
No, what I'm saying is don't think about that. Think about your team. It's going to help you.
Okay, touche. If you're going the other way, I was going to be like, oh,
fuck you.
You should always just only be thinking about your own team. That's right. That's just how it should be, you know?
I mean, anyway, you have to look for mutual, like, beneficial factors for both teams to even make a trade happen, because no one's just gonna be like, yeah, fuck me, unless they're Austin. And
well, this is a good trade tangent. Tell Patrick and the people about if you want to about you and Louise. The little bit you told me, because like while we're throwing shit out there.
Yeah, like
Cody trying to trade rape somebody. And then
I don't know about that, but it was the feedback he got back that was like, that seems super misguided.
I was talking to him about a trade, and I hadn't even proposed anything yet. So he had proposed something to me that was egregiously bad for me. Like, it was just really awful. There's no way that would help my team at all. And so I told him that. I'm like, that doesn't help me at all. Like, how would you expect someone to like accept a trade like this? He goes, well, yeah, but it helps my team. I'm like,
you gotta have it help both, man.
This is honest, but that's not how you. That's not gonna do that.
You're not gonna do any business like that.
All you're doing is acknowledging before you ever make a trade that you don't give a fuck about how it turns out for the other person.
Yeah.
You also have to be an artist of narrative. Okay, you gotta have a conversation with the person. That's how you get.
It's a dance, and everybody's different. Yeah. Some people you just jump right in. Other people you gotta, hey, how's your day going?
Yeah, you do. Like,
you gotta work it. You gotta bring it up.
Bring them a coffee.
Yeah,
try to explain to them why it's beneficial for them, but also pick their brain. Like, don't just be like, hey, I'll give you this guy for this guy. Be like, what I try to do is, who do you like on my team? What position are you trying to fill the most? Mm-hmm. So I can then know what's going to make your team better in your eyes, not what's going to make them better in my eyes. Just that. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Bake him a cake, slip him a 20.
Give him $100.
Both people, if it's a good trade, both people should be a little nervous and a little excited.
Yeah.
Buy him a tank of gas. Just bribe them. All right.
Yeah.
Get trade done.
Give them cash.
Yeah. Not one of those Patrick gave Austin.
No kidding.
Reach around.
I didn't give him shit, dude. Other than 2
solid players. You didn't. That's why we're saying you trade raped him.
Mm-hmm.
Jordan Addison's going to be good, clearly.
Because of an injury that happened later.
Cool. He's still going to be good. So get off my back. Also, the other one, neither of them have done nothing. That one is even as it gets.
Yeah, okay.
Anyhow. Moving on. Brant continues to struggle. I don't know what he's going to do.
I was the only one that picked Jake in this matchup, so fuck both of you guys.
Hey, maybe you're almost back to even on this season now.
Yeah,
I think I am back to even. Thank you very much.
You don't know that. You're talking out of your ass.
No, you're the one keeping the score, bitch. Come on,
I haven't gone back through last week yet.
Brett really needs 2 things to happen in my mind. He needs his star wide receiver to start being a star wide receiver, and he needs
the namesake of his team. Yeah, you're right.
and he needs Atlanta to let's take the training wheels off Bijan and ride this kid to wins. Stop giving the ball to Tyler Algier 15 times a game.
Don't need it.
You don't need it.
You don't need
it. This other guy's explosive. He can take anyone to the house. Tyler Algier's not really that guy. Tyler Algier, good running back. It's not Bijan Robinson. It's not a generational talent. And the fact that you're taking touches out of this guy's hands is a travesty.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So
yeah, I agree. I completely agree.
And I know that we're trying to write kickers out of this league, and we talk shit on defenses too. But when you couple the two of them together, there's been some notable differences this year. When it seems like Brant is clearly streaming kickers and he's clearly streaming defenses, and this week he was forced to start the defense 17 and the kicker 24. We had enough matchups come down to 5, 10, 15 points to where it's starting to make an effect.
You also never want to start a running back against your defense.
Yeah.
One of them's going to do good. The other one's going to do bad.
You're hedging your bets. What happens when you do that? You score just over 100 and lose to somebody scoring 120.
Exactly it. It means you're going to beat whoever scores 70 and you're going to lose to everybody else.
Yeah, you're hamstringing yourself. You don't want to be doing that.
Get off your hamstrings, Brant.
Yeah, man. I mean, there's been enough.
Give them a rest. They're locked up.
Cody hates hamstrings. Ask him about
it. Hate them.
Yeah. Ask him and Aaron Jones.
Don't even use them.
Hamstrings.
He's all calves, baby. All quads and calves.
I'm a weirdly shaped man.
Literally cannot walk backwards, only forwards.
It's true.
Looks like he's trying to see over a ledge the whole time.
He's like a NASCAR driver. He just keeps going left. You know what I mean? Anyway,
some killer glutes though. Killer glutes.
They're really good.
All right, what else do we got on this one? Did we talk about
it's a ridiculous image.
Besides his running backs?
Can we talk about Samsonite Laporticus? Because that man coming out of nowhere.
Tight end one. I know Kelsey missed a week, but he's the tight end one.
Got to talk about it. Got to talk about Sam.
Listen,
he only got 4 targets this week. 4 targets, but he still put up 18 points.
Yeah.
Sammy Ballgame is going to be the reason why we actually have to look at rookie tight ends now.
You're right. That's going to be the thing.
For at least a season until it doesn't happen again.
You're seeing
if
you're seeing several guys be relevant though this year. Okay, like Sammy.
Relevant is not tight end starting relevant though.
I understand. What I mean? Sam Laporte is the only one.
Top 12 is starting for tight ends, and so if we get one of those as a rookie next year,
one of them. Yeah.
Well,
it was supposed to be Kyle Pitts. It was supposed to be Kyle Pitts.
He did bring the pendulum back the other way.
Yeah, he did.
Brock Bowers might be one to look at next year.
Yeah,
beast out of Georgia. But anyway,
he's got a good football name.
Brock Bowers.
Brock Bowers,
name, right? Yeah, the double B. Anyhow, Tyreek Hill gonna break some freaking records this year. Good God.
Yeah.
Said he was gonna catch for 2,000 this year, and he's well on his way.
Yep.
So you know,
do we know how many? Do we know what his total's at? I can find out.
Yes, it is.
Please do.
He is at 651 yards through 5 weeks.
Yeesh. 120 a week times 7. Is it 17 games?
17.
Right?
Yep. What gross number is that?
That's 2,040.
Oh, so he's
on par. He's on pace for 2,000.
So it's got to be this pace, though. God, that's so much.
Well, he's got 14 yards on a carry, so I'll take that off. You know what I mean? For what he needs. If he gets a couple more, maybe wide receiver routes, but he's got to keep up the same.
You guys keep talking. I got to take it.
Do it.
That dog must have pooped.
Yeah. Did we finish this matchup? I feel comfortable moving on.
Yeah, we can move on because we started getting into characters, and that's a good thing.
We only got one left, right?
We got one left.
We have a puppy.
Yeah, we do only got one left.
Anyway, we covered that one. Yeah,
we did. We're moving on. Got one left.
All right.
And it's a big vanilla victory.
Yeah.
Feels good. It feels good to not be in that 95 to 105 range for a week. And that was with the fucking Zach Moss switcheroo they pulled on me. I was like, oh, yeah, JT, I waited a month for this shit. Let's go. Oh, you getting 5 carries? That's cool.
Yeah.
32 and a half down on your bench. Can you believe that?
I put up, if I start him and then I put in Stafford, like I thought about doing for Daniel Jones, I put up 100, I think 55 or 60 this week.
I was really surprised that you left fucking Daniel Jones in there after you saw what happened to him on that Monday night game.
I was nervous, but the only hope was that, Stafford was going against Philly, one.
It's true.
And two, I thought maybe there'd be a hope for some garbage time that could, because that's what he did against Arizona, -1 at halftime, finished as the QB1 on the week because of garbage time.
Well, it wasn't garbage time. That was a
comeback time from being down 3 scores. You know what I mean?
Got it.
You cannot play any Giant with confidence right now.
That's true.
That's true. Good Lord.
I can play Danny Jones in a better lineup when Barkley's playing, but even then, it's few and far between.
Mm-hmm.
They have one of the worst offensive lines I've ever seen in my life. Ever. All four getting home,
and no true wide receiver one.
Ooh.
Yeah, we have 30 slot wide receivers for some reason. Like, what are we doing? Who's putting this team together?
Some bad GM work. Really bad GM work.
I don't understand why we're drafting Jalen Hyatt when you already have Wan'Dale Robinson, Darius Slayton, Paris Campbell, Isaiah Hodgins. There's probably 6 more that I don't even know. Mm-hmm. And then we're drafting Jalen Hyatt as a high-round draft pick, who is also a burner from the slot position. Why are we not drafting a big body outside wide receiver?
They need big bodies, and they ain't got them.
Nope. Well, they got one. He's real old, can't get off the ground. So, anyway, the Giants suck.
The Giants do suck.
They're ruining Saquon Barkley's career. Please go somewhere else, Saquon, so you're fun to watch again.
I'll second that.
Brutal.
Breece Hall. Look at Breece Hall, baby. I think he had like a 70 or 80-yard run or something in this game that just sent his stat line over the edge. I get George Kittle. I was saying before the game, I was like, it's one of those lineups where they got so many weapons, and the Cowboys just like with the Christian Watson blowout game last year, or come out game. They'll get something. There'll be a little niche they find in that defense, and they
just keep pressing that button, and they just did.
Every time he touched the ball was a touchdown.
They held McCaffrey to 12 points, 6 if you take away that goal line touchdown. But somebody was going to bust loose, and he was one of them.
Well, Brandon Ayuk had a nice game too. Could have been better, but Brandon Ayuk, and that I know the stats weren't big, for your team fantasy, but Brandon Ayuk looked good in that game.
He did.
They didn't use him at all in the fourth quarter because the backups went.
And they had a couple, at least 30 or 40-yard plays that got called back on a holding. That was all Ayuk too.
You have a team that has massive upside. It scares me. You're the only team that scares me, honestly, out of everybody, because of the upside that your team has.
With D-Hop showing up with
I'm glad you're weak at quarterback, because holy shit, you got to be weak somewhere.
Erica calls out from the back. My team is scary too.
It is.
The guys were saying that, Erica, they don't want to play.
Yeah.
So
I don't want. I want to see her in a few, not a few weeks, but 6, because she needs some injuries.
It's true. There needs to be some things going the other way. But my third wide receiver right now is DeAndre Hopkins, and he got 11 targets for 140 yards this week.
Played the worst secondary in the league, though.
He did. He did play the worst secondary in the league.
He did. But he's gonna get them again in week 13.
Yeah.
He'll be back. He'll be back.
So is that first round of playoffs or last round of the regular season?
Last round of the regular season.
Yeah. Well. And then Jonathan Taylor, 5 carries. Bet he gets 10 next week. Bet he gets 15 the week after that.
I bet you're right.
They paid him $26 million in guaranteed money. You're not gonna not use him.
Well, but you're not gonna run him out there and give him 20 and have him destroy his leg right after you pay him all.
That might be true.
Do they trade Zach Moss?
No, keep him in, because if Jonathan Taylor goes down, we're fine.
Yeah,
that's what I would do.
And they got him for cheap.
Else? Yeah, I guess with Richardson going down, their contention vibes have been a little watered down.
Yeah, I think Taylor's going to have bigger numbers because Anthony Richardson's not playing. I think this month 100%. For JT is going to be sick.
Touchdowns is what's going to.
But in the 4 weeks that Moss has filled in for JT, he's gotten 19, 22, 9, and 33 points.
Ooh.
I think that's
so
more
like
about,
if you're.
Go ahead.
I mean, if you're the Colts looking at that, like you've got potentially 2 really good running backs. I knew he already knew the playbook when he got brought in, so that was an advantage for him. But those kind of numbers, man, he missed week 1, and he's the running back 6 as a backup.
Yep.
This is what I see, though, and I don't know what was going on with them last year, but we're seeing the Colts' offensive line that we all thought was going to be there last year. Mm-hmm. Now it's there. Like this is the talent of the Colts' offensive line, and probably the effect of having Anthony Richardson, and the fact that you have to pause for a second, and when they're doing a run pass option, because if he pulls the ball and starts running, you better be ready for that as a linebacker. That split second of hesitation does wonders for the efficiency of an offense.
Yes, it does.
And so it'll be interesting to see with Gardner Minshew how it looks. Minshew can run the ball a little bit, but I mean he's not
more of a traditional offense,
you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, but their offensive line is playing far and away better than they did last year. I don't know what was going on with them last year. Part of it was you had Matt Ryan.
They're running. They're not trying to throw the ball as much anymore, and that has changed the attitude of the offensive line. It's like, guys, we're going to run. We're going to lean on you. Just go get it.
I mean, Quentin Nelson's probably a Hall of Famer. I mean, he's one of the best guards to ever do it. So, and he's playing well this year. You know, some of the other guys, Ryan Kelly's one of the best centers in the game. And then they have that one tackle, and his name's Braden Smith or something. They got one side of their line is pretty beastly, you know. So they're playing well. But anyway, you get the George Kittle game. We talk about Hopkins, Cooper Kupp. Welcome back. I think it's wheels up for him as long as he can stay healthy. And you got Matt Stafford to go with him, so you like that.
Well, I love that because picking up Stafford is kind of a whim. But then we're seeing Cooper Kupp come back and it not diminish Puka's touches, really. I mean, a little bit, but not a whole lot. Knowing now he's just added a weapon to that arsenal when he was already, I think, a serviceable streaming quarterback before.
Mm-hmm.
But I think he finishes like from now till end of season, put him at like QB8 range, which is.
I was thinking 10. 10.
That's about
what people forget, man. 2 years ago, he threw 40 touchdowns. You know, he can still do it. Clearly, he's throwing the ball well this year. You know, so on Trisha's side, you know, CJ Stroud had a respectable week. You know, you wish you got more than 14. Who could have known that Joe Burrow was going to do what he did? He sucked the last 3 weeks and literally killed her team. Then the one week he has a great week, she doesn't play him. Wouldn't have mattered, but especially because, you know, Devonta Smith started the year off hot and was responsible for some wins for her, but now it's all A.J. Brown.
It is.
You know, so I think, you know, if you look at the statistics, Devonta Smith is actually really good against zone, and A.J. Brown is really good against man. But this game, the Rams actually play a lot of zone defense, and it still didn't really go that way. So I don't know how much you can buy into that. There was a lot of talk among fantasy analysts. They thought it was going to be a Devonta Smith week, and it clearly was not. So, but that is kind of the archetype of wide receivers they are. Like Devonta Smith is kind of the small, kind of get between the zones kind of guy, split the middle of a cover two. And A.J.
Brown's the mano-a-mano. Let me show you why I'm a better physical specimen than you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know,
Erica's team's – or not Erica. Trisha's team's fucked. Trisha's team, I said last week, was the best 1-3 team I'd seen. And until I saw the injured reserve players today, I was going to say that she was one of the better 1-4 teams I'd ever seen. But you take the best wide receiver out and you take what was shaping up
might be the best running back. Yeah.
And that's tough.
Yeah, that just buried Trish.
She still has.
It'd have been a bummer if she would have, I don't know, traded away one of those running backs.
If she was 3-2 now with these people going on IR, potentially getting them back, it's not a season ending. But she only pulled out one win the first 5 weeks.
Yeah.
I think
even with a great team, that's tough to come back from.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
Trish is getting. Are we calling it now? Trish in the loser ladder.
Well, hold on a second to speak on Trish's behalf. Okay, she's going to be fine at running back. She doesn't have anybody but the upside of Achane because because I don't know outside of Christian McCaffrey.
Because no one does.
And a few others who has the upside of Achane right now.
Mm-hmm.
But Josh Mixon,
Raheem Mostert has the upside of Achane right now.
That's true.
He has and Jerome Ford was putting up great numbers too.
That's what I'm saying. So, and I think Joe Mixon, if that offense actually starts getting going, Joe Mixon's going to start scoring touchdowns. That's going to help him. Okay. And then she's got Pacheco, who can be a solid flex in the right matchup. Ken Walker was on bye, but he's been phenomenal this year.
I know he's going against Denver, but Pacheco's projected to get 16 this week, and that's like Austin Eckler numbers.
Well, anybody against Denver.
Anybody against Denver. Anybody against Denver, baby.
She actually,
I'm not calling her as last place, like she jokingly threw out in a text today, but her and Austin, I think, will be firmly in the loser ladder.
If I was Trish, I would try to move Mixon or Ken Walker for a wide receiver, because that's what you need. You only got Devonta Smith and Chris Godwin. You have 4 solid running backs. You got to move whoever you think has the most value.
Trish, you come talk to me.
Pretty even.
You come talk to me about Kenneth Walker.
Well, don't talk to him. I got Alexander Madison and Jalen Waddle. You might be interested.
Yeah.
Figure it out.
Yeah. Alexander Madison's gonna. Yeah.
You mean running back 19? Pretty sure that running back 19 is and pretty sure that Alexander Madison.
Well, let me put it to you this way while we're talking about playoffs here. She's 1-4. There's 13 weeks we established.
Mm-hmm.
So there's 8 more weeks. The best she can finish if she runs the table, which nobody thinks she's going to do because that's hard to do for anybody, is 9-4. And last year, the worst record in the playoffs was 7-6. So she can only afford to lose 2 more, realistically, to not be in the loser.
Got to make some moves, Trish.
Nobody's out yet.
You got to send me Kenneth Walker, Trish.
I was asking her for Joe Burrow today on that quarterback hunt, same one I was talking to Strozzi about, and it's another person. I'm like, you do realize that you need to make a change, or your 1-4 is going to be 1-5, so 1-6.
Got to get some wins.
Yeah. And I don't want to manipulate you just because of that reason, but you need to.
Yeah, it's true.
Maybe trade somebody else. Maybe it doesn't have to be with me, but hold
do something
on with an ironclad fist to a team with a 200 win percentage seems like grabbing a shooting star. You're holding on to the sinking ship.
Mm-hmm.
Don't do that. Be a Patty. Trade yourself to 4th place.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
Because that's better than wearing a fucking hot dog suit.
It's true.
Yeah, dude. 1-4, and you get 4th place. People are going to talk about the season turnaround that you had.
No shit. Exactly. Most improved player.
Yeah.
And how he helped me win first. So
should we jump to
Trish, let's get better together.
Yeah,
let's get better together.
There you go.
Yeah, it's heading into the winter.
It's not about just him, it's about us.
Betterment.
Yeah.
There you go. Let's do some matchups for next week. Let's do some
matchups.
Let's do it, and let's get out of here.
Hey, Patrick. Hey, Patrick.
What's up?
Hey, Patrick.
Oh, you're going to get work, dude.
You fucking wish, dude.
Dude, I got Alexander Madison.
I got my whole team back, baby, and I got nobody on a bye. Let's go.
You got Alexander Madison, okay?
Listen up. Breece Hall playing Philly. Suck it. Jonathan Taylor playing Jacksonville. Shut down the Bills. Not a good matchup.
They just shut down the Bills. Josh Allen had 27 points.
James Cook had -4 yards on the ground.
He's not Breece Hall.
In London.
He's not Breece.
Anyhow.
In London.
Keep going.
In London.
Brandon Ayuk, George Kittle playing Cleveland. Not the best matchup against the defense.
It's San Francisco.
Austin Eckler might as well be dead playing an angry Dallas. I don't like it.
I got some tough matchups.
Dallas.
But my team is better than yours.
And on the other side, I got Lamar Jackson playing Tennessee. They suck in the secondary. Let's go. Alexander Madison playing Chicago. Let's go. David Montgomery against Tampa Bay. You don't necessarily like that, but the Lions' offensive line is great. And
honestly, David Montgomery against anybody but like Philly or San Francisco, right? Or Dallas. It's probably really good.
Let me throw 2 more at you. Steph Diggs against New York. Let's go.
God, the lineup, the matchups are looking good for Patrick. I will.
Matchups are looking good, but let me just remind you of some names: Jonathan Taylor, Breece Hall, Brandon Ayuk, Cooper Kupp, George Kittle, Austin Eckler is my flex.
Those names are aggressive. Those names are aggressive.
Are any of those guys the wide receiver 2 on the year? Stephon Diggs? I don't think
so. Sir, if Cooper Kupp had played all year, he would be, and he's healthy now, so that doesn't matter.
That's a good point. That's a good
Cooper
point.
Kupp is going to lose.
Yeah? There
he's
you
gonna
go.
what?
He's going to lose his
You
other
faded
leg.
away on that one a little bit.
Jalen Waddle playing Carolina, too. You like that? I think he's
okay, so we're split. Cody, who are you picking?
Well, he's got to take out his running back or his defense because we've already declared you can't do that.
You're right.
Who's his defense?
Yeah, who's the defense? Yeah, definitely his defense.
Who's
the defense you're bringing in?
We'll
bring it in. Got it.
We'll figure it out.
He's gonna figure it out.
Let's just look at the fucking list then.
Well, Cleveland's available, but we're probably not playing them against San Fran. It's probably got to be either.
He's gonna pick up his own team.
City. It's got to be Kansas City or Atlanta. That's what I would say. That's probably what it's going to be. But anyhow,
I can't. Here's the deal. I cannot look at JT, Breece Hall, Cooper Kupp, Brandon Ayuk, George Kittle, Austin Eckler, and pick against that team.
And believe he's still going to lose, but he is going to lose. I know it's hard, but
now that listen. Now that we're keeping track of fucking picks, man, I'm not fucking just like throwing it off the boat anymore, so to speak.
When I beat him by 60 points on Sunday.
60? You think you're gonna beat him by 60? Okay. You got to put up 180 for that.
On that, 1 week removed from 170, sir.
On that phrase,
it means it's over. You're not doing that again.
Definitely picking Mr. Wilson. I'm picking the Vanilla Victories. I kind of hope you don't. Honestly, I kind of hope you don't change the name.
Even if I drop him.
Even if you drop him.
Well,
it's a good name.
It's still white. We're all
right.
It's
a good name, but it doesn't fit, huh?
You got a lot of white guys on this team. You'll be fine.
Yeah. There you go. Vanilla victory. For the white guys.
For the whites.
For the whites.
Only for the whites. All right. Anyway.
All right. 2 for 1. Looks like logic prevails.
Whatever. You don't get to figure out Tim. The only one that matters is Cody. That's okay.
And who did he pick?
He picked yours because he's wrong.
He's the only one that matters. Moving on.
The most inaccurate picker.
Moving on.
We gotta move on, Patrick. You're taking too long.
Anyhow, I got Erica and Todd. 114.2 to 114.8. Couldn't be more close than projection.
I can't pick Todd anymore.
I can't pick Todd anymore. And also, look at Erica's team.
They have good matches.
Look at Erica's team.
Arkansas is going against Chicago.
Yep. Calvin Ridley. 8 Indianapolis is lunch in week 1. Remember that? That was Calvin Ridley's coming out party.
And he's got the Trevor Lawrence stack on him. Other side.
Chase got Seattle.
Jalen Hurts is going against the Jets. Don't love that. I mean, he'll still be serviceable, but I don't love that.
Jamar's going to have a slower day.
I don't see bad matchups. I don't see great ones, but I don't hate the rest of Todd's. Todd could put up 120.
DJ Moore is probably going to roast Minnesota, though.
Yeah, but I think Raheem Mostert is gonna have so many touches against Carolina because they're going to be up the whole game.
You like Josh Jacobs against New England's run defense with no Matthew Judon on the front either in the polarized defense.
Yeah,
it's a good thing for them.
She's got 2 running backs. They're gonna touch the ball 20 times.
Mm-hmm. Zay Flowers against Tennessee is probably looking good too. Tennessee can't cover on the back end.
I think it's going to depend on. It looks like it's going to depend on the Rams Cardinals game and how that shapes up. Divisional matchup. Cardinals been a little bit better than people expected them to be. Accurate. But Todd's got Kyron Williams and Tyler Higbee. Higbee is maybe don't even need to talk about him, but Kyron Williams could put up 6
might not be starting.
Or could be up 26.
He might be. He might be.
I mean, if he's not starting, I don't want to talk about his other 2 tight ends either. It's Luke Musgrave and
Dalton Kincaid. But Dalton Kincaid's going against the Giants. That might be the move because he needs to splash some points because Erica's going to put up a lot.
Maybe, but you want to splash with the guy that has yet to score 7 points in a single week?
If the answer is him or Tyler Higbee, the answer is yes. Because of the matchup, he's got to get big points.
But he's got another tight end to compete with. Who's Higbee competing with at tight end?
I think you got to find a way to get Rashee Rice in that lineup against Denver.
I think you're right.
Rice is getting more involved.
I think you're right.
Yeah, but you're not taking out Devontae Adams. You're not taking out DJ Moore, and you're probably not taking out Tyler Lockett.
Ooh, I would take out Tyler Lockett.
I mean, out of the 3, it's got to be him.
He's got good corners on the outside, man.
I'm a little biased to Lockett. Maybe that's why, but I'm putting Lockett in over Rice until I see Rice do it for a second.
It's the more likely pick, but Denver's real bad.
And the argument that Todd needs splash points might be like get me in that KC Denver game.
Nah, I hear you, but it's still a Casey wide receiver. Don't hang your hat on that.
That's true.
You're just asking to get Sky Moore. You're asking to get Kadarius Toney. Don't do it. You saw one receiver get, what did he even get? 12?
Yeah, he just
11 points. It's not even a great week. He showed up and got 5 targets, 4 catches, and 1 touchdown.
You also got to remember that Kelsey was out for part of that game. As soon as Kelsey came back, it was all Kelsey again.
If you take Lockett out for Rice, I'm laughing at you.
You're probably right.
Okay.
But I'm going Erica.
I'm going Erica.
Yeah, I think I am too.
Dang.
3 for Erica.
Dang.
3 for Erica unless Kyron somehow puts up 30, but still gotta go with Erica.
It's possible.
He's gonna need to against Erica's squad because Raheem Mostert's gonna put up 25.
It's true.
All right. Let's see what we got going here. We got Cody and Brent.
I love the CD balls and the butthole wreckers. What?
Fantastic. Well, we know Dak's playing, right?
Right. If you look at all the check marks going down the side, it's just going Brent, Cody, Brent.
Well, again, Anthony Richardson, Aaron Jones, they're both gone. So, like,
Keenan Allen's got
yeah, but you're going to put Keenan Allen and Amon-Ra back in, right? Because you're going to leave Puka in. You're going to take out Sky Moore. You're probably going to keep no, you're going to take Reynolds out too.
Yep.
Those are your 3. So you got to find a running back.
I got to find a running back.
I can't
Either
pick
one of you guys both of you guys have bad matchups this week. Josh Allen gets New York, the Giants. That's a good matchup. But Washington's run defense is not. They're like middle of the pack. They're not one that you want to expect.
They're average.
And he can't put in Jalen Warren like we talked about because he's on a bye this week. He can't put in Christian Watson because Watson's on a bye this week.
Mm-hmm.
So
he's probably throwing in Jeff Wilson. Yeah, I mean that's probably the RB2 there.
I mean, yeah. I mean, maybe Tyler Algier if you're just trying to like get a floor of points, but I don't know if that's the move.
Wilson might not even play. I mean, they might reactivate him, but it still gives you 3 weeks before he makes the lineup. You saw they brought JT back and he had 5 carries, so
it's true.
It would be safer to play Algier because he's going to get touches. Jeff Wilson might not get out the field, but
you're right. It depends. Are you looking for a floor? Or looking for a ceiling?
But your best chance is to put in the second running back for the same team. So and we've already talked about that a bunch.
It's true.
Not good. Not great.
This might be another cripple fight.
Yeah, I mean, Miles Sanders doesn't look right now. I don't know what Cody's going to do at running back. He's got a problem there, clearly.
Got a problem.
You get Amon-Ra and Keenan Allen back, but their matchups are not great. You got to pick between Ferguson and Goddard. Goddard's playing the Jets. C.J. Mosley is one of the better linebackers in the game. He's probably going to be all over him.
Yeah, I mean, based on how bad the Chargers have been on defense, I think the answer is Jake Ferguson. But, like, man, that was the one thing I could have done better last week. And I don't know. Makes me feel a certain way.
Yeah, that's a gamble right there because I like both your tight ends, especially in the landscape currently. I think I'm going to get real specific with this prediction. I think I'm going to pick Brant's going to have 95 points. Cody's going to have about 85. I think Brant wins it by 10.
Whoa, not getting picked. Okay.
I'm going to go Cody.
Wow.
I'm going to go Cody for this reason. Okay. I do think that Dallas comes back out on Monday and lights it up against the Chargers. I feel like they may still lose, but I think that's going to be a high-scoring game. Cody's got 2 pieces in that game. Brent's only got 1. And when Brent's 1 scores points, he scores more points, but Cody still gets like 2/3 of those points. So
that's fair. I'm overseeing the Cowboys defense, which is a stupid thing for a Cowboys fan to do. But
I don't think the Cowboys
defense can put up 30 points.
Well. I don't think they're going to do that in this game, though. I think they're going to get scored on is what's going to happen because the Chargers are a tough offense to stop.
Maybe not, but what I'm saying is if they do go off, they tend to really go off because they had 2 weeks at -2 and -3, and they're still the defense won on the season. The 3 weeks were 16, 26, and 35.
We got Dan Quinn versus Kellen Moore too.
Ooh.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
They know
Oh
each
yeah.
other well too. So
Oh yeah.
Be very interesting.
Ooh, y'all thinking about it?
I feel like
Kellen
Moore. I feel like Kellen Moore is going to win that.
I can't believe you'd say that.
I think he's going to win that. Just
Interesting.
I just watched the boys, man. There are holes in that defense, and they're getting bigger because you're losing guys right now. You lost your middle linebacker. You lost one of your best corners.
Okay. But that's the thing I'm learning about the offensive coordinators in general. Somebody broke this down in a game of the night that seemed to click in my brain. But they said offensive coordinators, why you see them a lot of times go on to be head coaches that aren't super successful, and why you see some fluctuations. Because offensive coordinators are focused on scoring points, not necessarily winning the game. Their goal, get points on the board. Whereas a head coach like a Mike McCarthy, pick and play calls, can understand maybe your quarterback situation is Dak Prescott and your defense is top in the league. You know what I mean? There's different variations. So it's not a 1-for-1, I guess is the point I'm trying to make.
They better lean on that O-line and Tony Pollard. That should be Dallas's game plan.
I hope they do.
They should be running the ball because otherwise you got Khalil Mack and Joey Bosa all up in your grill.
And then just asking for interceptions and sacks because he just holds the damn ball instead of just chucking out of bounds and saving 6 yards or keeping the clock from running. Just holds it.
Yep.
Khalil Mack is coming off his last game having 6 sacks.
It was aggressive, but he's got Prescott. Yeah, but Tyron Smith is starting.
Well, there's
this week. There's a difference.
Yeah,
between the Hall of Fame Tyron Smith and
You're not wrong.
So Cody picking himself. I think we're hitting almost the 90-minute mark here.
I mean, we don't pick ourselves, right?
I mean, you have to have a pick on the thing for the record.
Do we?
So
why?
We have every time up until now, so you'd be breaking the trend. Because all of us have had 6 picks every week.
I'm going Cody.
Okay. Well, I mean, I'm going Cody.
Okay. Well, you both go. Moving on.
Okay.
I think you already said Brent, didn't you, Jake?
I did.
You're keeping track of this too, right? You're going to be our
I go back to
Yeah, he's our balance sheet.
Yeah, he's balance sheet.
I'm also ahead of you both. So
yeah, you're the one keeping the score. Yeah, I bet.
Barely.
Well, you have access to the same YouTube videos, homie. Don't blame me because you're lazy.
Hey, magically winning, but you're the one keeping track, and neither one of us cares.
Like it's in an archives that only I can access.
What else we got? What else we got? We're doing it.
Anyway, Sir, these videos are all recorded on your laptop.
Come on.
You think that I have the time to go back and watch every single one of these and hey, listen, what about it? All right, anyway, let's get this done. Okay, so speed picks here. Trish Allen, what do we got?
Trish is really bad. Can't pick her.
Blown away by the fact that she's still projected 107.
Yeah, and she's losing people. She's out. Allen's in.
On the backs of Tony Pollard and Travis Etienne, lighting it up.
Yeah,
I think Allen wins.
Allen wins if he plays the right people.
Allen wins anyway. Trish is bad now.
Really? Pacheco against Denver.
Achane and Jefferson gone.
She lost 2 of the most explosive players in the league. That's not
she did.
Gone. Yeah. Can't pick her.
It might actually help. I say that only from the stance that it takes away a lot of decisions about who to pick, and that's been her conundrum for a year and a half now.
Yeah, but if it was other people that were in the middle that she could have picked, it's one thing. No, she just lost her 2 biggest ones.
Yeah,
This week is extremely straightforward for her, though, because no Jefferson, no Achane. You're not playing Gibson. Jerome Ford, Scott, San Francisco. You're not playing him. Stroud's got New Orleans. Probably not playing him. So the lineup she's got, and that's probably what she's rolling with. She's got Burrow and Nixon against Seattle. Exploitable defense. She's got Ken Walker coming back in that game. One of those pieces is not going to do well because the game's good. Both running backs are probably not going to do well. Okay, because one team's going to be down. So one of those guys is not going to have a good game. Devonta Smith playing the New York Jets, you don't like that. The only reason why you might like that is if A.J. Brown gets shut down by Sauce and it all goes his way. Could happen.
But you still don't like it.
You don't
they
like
got a good defense.
Their defense is good in all areas, really.
Yep.
Their second corner is not bad either. Bryce Hall. They have Brees and Bryce on the same team. Anyway, Chris Godwin against Detroit, probably a neutral matchup. Detroit's been good on defense, and their cornerbacks playing well.
Oh, shit. How did we lose Jake? How did that happen?
froze, and he gone.
Yeah,
so,
Jesus Christ. All right, well, let's.
I'm gonna re-invite him in.
Do you think? Surely he wasn't. Surely he's not picking Trish, right?
Probably not. I mean, we're going Allen here, right?
We're going Allen.
All right. We'll assume he went Allen too. I re-invited him. Let's do Strozzi and Austin. I mean, at this point, I can't really pick Austin against anybody, so I'm going to be wrong. Strozzi's got a running back problem, though. He needs to figure that out. He got a running back problem.
He does, because Jahmyr Gibbs isn't it?
And Dameon Pierce is playing New Orleans. You don't like that. New Orleans got a good run defense.
Yeah, and they just don't run the ball in Houston.
Yeah, you know what? Austin might have a chance again this week. He really might. Jake's computer crashed completely. So
well, let's just
finish this and get out of here.
Let's get out of here.
Let's pick Austin for Jake, and let's both pick Strozzi. Let's pick Austin for Jake Wilson.
For Jake,
me and you both pick Strozzi.
And we'll go Strozzi out. There we go.
And then he can review this and see this. You picked Austin, Jake.
Yeah, you did.
Watch Austin wins and both get a loss.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Anyhow,
hey,
the last one.
We're gonna have to send him a text to pick these last ones.
Yeah,
because it needs to be on this video, because that's how he's gonna keep score.
Oh yeah. No, he'll see this.
Text him back. Text him back right now and tell him to pick the winner of Trish Allen and Swamp Ass in Austin.
All right, pick Trish and.
Because we're not waiting for his fucking computer to come back on.
No, pick Trish and Strozzi, right? Or no, Trish and Austin.
Nope.
Who was it? Trish and Allen.
Trish and Allen.
And then Strozzi.
Strozzi Austin. And while you're at it, tell him to pick fucking Luis and Jacoby as well. And then while we're breaking those down, he'll have an answer for us, and we'll announce it on here.
This is great content we're doing, folks.
Yeah.
You're welcome here to this.
Not ideal. Not ideal. Not ideal.
Anyhow, let's finish this. I'll read his answer here if he gets back to us in a second.
Perfect. Otherwise, the last one we got is Luis and Jacoby.
Yep.
The two newbies in the league this year facing off for the first time.
Wilson says, "Let the record show that I'm picking Allen, Strozzi, and Luis." Those are Mr. Wilson's picks.
I can't believe he's picking Luis, because I ain't fucking touching that fucking team.
Yeah.
What do you got between Luis and Jacoby? Because I'm taking Jacoby.
Here's the thing. Mahomes and Kelsey are going to absolutely decimate Denver. Absolute destruction.
Like 4 touchdowns, you think?
You could see 60, 70 points between just those two.
Oh, dang.
They do one of those, then this matchup could be decided based on that.
All right. Okay.
And that's possible. So,
I don't know who Jacoby's streaming at quarterback this week, because he has to go find somebody. Yeah. But
there's good options out there. Gino's out there, Sean's out there.
I'm not picking Luis until I can see some better work out of him.
I don't know what we're doing at running back for Luis. Like, just hot garbage all around.
Yep.
Maybe this could be potentially a get right week for New England's running game against Las Vegas, because AJ Dillon just put up 80 yards against this run defense.
Mm-hmm.
AJ Dillon, Mr. 2.5 carry. Okay, let's get it going, Ramondre. Come on.
If you're going to do it, this will be the week.
It is.
And I'm willing to be wrong. I'm picking Jacoby.
Yeah, I'm probably going to pick Jacoby too. Christian McCaffrey's got Cleveland. Not really great matchups on either side of this one either, to be honest.
Might be a low scoring affair.
I would throw Alvin Kamara in there over Terry McLaurin this week because he's got Houston.
I think he will.
I would be doing that.
I think he will.
Houston's not bad, but they're still not great. Still play your guys against Houston. They're not an elite defense, but they're
let's
not
get out of here.
The Houston of old.
No, they're not.
All right, yeah. Cody's getting so crazy.
Yeah,
let's get out of here.
We've been unraveling now for about 10 minutes, so.
Hey, it's cool, man. Just let it happen. People love it. Anyway, you're welcome for the show, folks. Sorry for the technical difficulties. We had a good time. Did a little bit late. We got a little loose with it, but hope you enjoyed. And I'm going to beat Jake this week. All right. See you later, guys. Let him come back in. Let him come back in.
Yeah.
All right.
Say goodbye to everybody.
I'm going to beat Jake this week, everybody. All right. Goodbye.
You win.